You're thinking of moving to Denton, Texas. Well, in today's video, I'm gonna break it all down for you. The good, the bad. We are talking pros and cons of living in Denton, Texas. So stick around and let's get after it. Hey y'all, I'm Autumn Walker and I get phone calls and texts from people every day just like you. So whether you're thinking of moving in 9 days or 90 days, give me a call because all my info is in the description. I would be so stoked to help you make a move to Denton. If this is your first time to my channel and you want to know everything about living in Denton, Texas, then go ahead and subscribe and tap that bell for notifications so that you never miss a video. All right, pro number one, location, location, location is pro number one. Denton has an awesome location. It is close to UNT, so if you're into college football, that is definitely a plus. And Texas Motor Speedway in Fort Worth is not far either. And it's only 45 minutes from Dallas, which is not bad at all. So you get that, small town college vibe without the craziness of the big city. Pro number two is there's not that much traffic. So getting around Denton is actually pretty easy. If you've ever driven around Dallas during rush hour traffic time, it's basically like Battle Royale. It's crazy. But the traffic here around town in Denton is really not bad. I mean, getting in and out of I-35 could be a little tricky if there's a wreck. There's always some sort of construction, so getting in and out of Denton might be a little nuts, but getting around town in Denton is not bad at all. All right, pro number three is low crime and affordability. All right, let's talk safety. Denton was rated one of the most affordable and one of the safest suburbs in America. It's well below the national averages for burglary, theft, and robbery. According to GoBankingRates.com, the median household income is around $71,000, and that makes the average mortgage a little over $2,000. And that brings a total monthly cost of around $4,100, so very affordable. That's pretty much a steal for a city growing this fast. If you want some more information on statistics like that, you can go to the Economic Development website and I'll put that link in for you guys. Pro number four is lake life. All right, lake life is really serious here in the DFW area, and Denton is not very far from Lake Lewisville or Lake Ray Roberts. So if you love the outdoors, if you got a boat or, stand-up paddleboard, which I really love to do, Lake Lewisville is only about 15 miles south of Denton, and it's only about 20 minutes away from Ray Roberts. So that is obviously a huge plus. And Ray Roberts Lake is great if you like hiking or fishing or, just being outside or pretending to be an outdoorsy person. That's great for you. All right, pro number five is gonna be your schools. So Denton ISD has really, really solid schools. You also have two major universities here in town. You've got UNT, or University of North Texas, and TWU, which is Texas Women's University. So whether you've got kids, that will be in high school soon, or maybe kids leaving the nest soon that want to go to pursue higher education, you've got several options here in Denton. Pro number six, home values are booming. Okay, so in 2023 alone, almost 8,000 new residents moved to Denton, which makes it one of the top 15 fastest growing cities per census data. So that is a 5.3% growth rate, making it one of the fastest growing cities in the US. So more people means more demand, which also means better home values. All right, pro number seven is businesses are moving here, and HEB is finally happening. So Texas is very business friendly, and I have been complaining about this for years that we don't have an HEB, but I have good news. HEB is finally coming to Denton. All right, so if you don't know what HEB is, it is something like maybe a Whole Foods and a Trader Joe's had a baby and you get HEB, except it's affordable. Here, Everything's Better, or HEB, is going to be somewhere off of I-35 near Robeson Ranch. I don't know when it's happening. I just know that it is happening. It was just announced. I'm so excited. They have one of the largest selections of ready-made meals, which if you have little kids like I do and you're a busy mom, then it is a must. Homebuyer assistance programs. First-time home buyers, if you are a U.S. citizen and a resident of Denton and you meet the income requirements and several other things, you can get homebuyer assistance. And you could qualify for up to $10,000 in home repairs. Now, there are restrictions on, say the max sales price, I think is around $375,000, but how awesome is that? There is also home repair assistance programs. So if you own and reside in your own home, and if the home is, say, at least 5 years or older, you could also get assistance with home repairs. And I'll put all those City of Denton links in this description for you guys as well. Okay, let's talk some cons. All right, con number one is that you're not in Dallas. So like I said earlier, Denton is about 45 minutes without traffic from Dallas. So if you commute to Dallas for work, which a lot of people do, just know that you definitely will have to have a car. It's probably the best way to get to Dallas. And then again, if there's a wreck and there is always construction, you could be sitting in traffic for an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. So that's con number one. And then con number two is that you need a car to get around Denton. If you're used to public transit, a lot of people moving here from New York or California, if you're used to that public transit like New York or Chicago, then you can't really rely on that as much here. Definitely need a car to get around. Con number three is construction. I-35 and now 380 or University is always under construction. Now, I guess that's sort of a good thing because that means our city is growing and, we're maintaining the infrastructure as best as we can, but it is annoying. I'm always wondering, when is this project going to be over? When is the construction going to end? Probably not anytime soon. All right, and con number four, Denton is really small, and that means fewer things to do. Denton is a smaller town. It's definitely a college town. There are no pro sports teams here. There's not really, any luxury high-end shopping here. You're definitely gonna have to go to, say, Legacy West for that. But there are a few things, you can make do, but there's no Whole Foods or Trader Joe's or, say Costco even. Now we do have a Sam's Club, Kroger, Albertsons, a lot of those chains, but there's just not as much variety here because it is a smaller town. And Target. There's a brand new Target that just opened on University as well. So, hey, we make do, right? And we've got a Whataburger, but there also is fewer, healthy eating options as well. We have things like Kava, but not a ton of options. There's a lot of fast fried food here. That brings me to con number five, mud or PID taxes. So if you're moving into a new neighborhood or new construction, you might have something that's called a MUD, Municipal Utility District Tax, or PID tax. These are special property taxes that go towards infrastructure things like roads and whatnot. So definitely want to make sure and ask and be aware if you are moving into an area that has a MUD or a PID tax. All right, y'all, that's my breakdown of the pros and cons of living in Denton, Texas. And if this video added some value to you, be sure to like and subscribe so that you never miss a video. And hopefully I will see you guys around. Feel free to reach out, call, text, or email. I would love to help you out. And I'll see you next time here on my channel.